I hope everybody is enjoying their spring break. If they are on spring break this week, I know I am. The article that I used this week is Classroom Observations of Teaching and Learning with Technology in Urban Elementary School Mathematics Classrooms Serving ELLs. I chose this because that is right where I live. This study was about fourth and fifth graders, and I teach mainly ELLs. No Child Left Behind in 2002 set a goal that every student should be technologically literate by the eighth grade, regardless of student background or family socioeconomic status. Also, in 2003, NCTM stated that technology is an essential tool for teaching and learning mathematics effectively. It extends the mathematics that can be taught and enhances students' learning. So, because of these two statements, we see an upswing in districts purchasing technology for their classrooms, um, going one to one with technology, and training teachers how to use technology in the classroom. The purpose of this study is to examine the use of technology in urban elementary schools with a large population of ELLs through observational research. The methods. Participants were from 3 public elementary schools located in the south central region of the U.S. Nearly all students in those classes were Hispanic ELLs and came from socially and economically disadvantaged circumstances. At least 75% of all the students qualified for free or reduced lunch. The academic achievement of these students were lower than other students in the same district and lower than the state average. There were 27 classes. 14 of those were fourth grade, and 13 of those were fifth grade mathematics classes. And they were randomly selected and observed to determine their use of technology in the classroom. And something I want to say about the Hispanic ELL part is we tend to think because of our location that ELLs are always Hispanic, but they are not. Um, there are, and that's true around here mostly, but that is not true in all circumstances. The research instrument that was used was the Classroom Observation Measure, or COM, that was developed by Ross and Smith in 1996. The observers recorded the extent to which 33 classroom indicators occurred after observing a classroom for approximately 1 hour using a 3-point scale. One indicated that um, it was never observed, two was that it was observed sometimes, and three was that it was extensively observed in the classroom. The indicators address several areas such as classroom organization, activities, teacher role, teaching strategies, evaluation strategies, and quality of the lesson. This instrument, the COM, was specifically adapted for the present study to measure use of technology, including the extent to which computers and other technologies were used. So part of those 33 indicators included the number of computers in the classroom, the number of computers that were turned on, the number of students working on computers, and the engagement of the students on the computers. Now, I have recreated this table. The table has 33 indicators, as I said before, but I didn't have room to put all of those or to upload the page. But these were the results of the observations of the classrooms, and you can see that n equals 27, which is the 27 classrooms. The highest uh, mean that you notice is the number of computers in the classroom, and that number indicates that there were at least 3 computers in each classroom. Um, the direct instruction with the entire class, that mean was 2.52, and that had absolutely nothing to do with technology. That was the teacher's delivery of instruction within the classroom. The others that you see are specifically technology related, and you see that they are uh, nearly all none or less than none. Remember that one means the number one means no time was it observed. Um, a number two meant that it was often observed or observed some, and then the third was that it was extensively used. You can see that barely calculator used as a tool or resource. They observed that very rarely, but they did observe it. Computer used as a tool or resource, none. The number of computers turned on in the classroom, 1 computer. And you can see absolutely no students working or engaged on the computers. Um, I think this is very scary when you look at it. You can see that direct instruction with the entire class. This is pretty high, and that really indicates that the teacher is lecturing and is in a very traditional classroom mode. Again, this just kind of reiterates what um, was on the previous table. The average number of computers in the classroom was 3.15, but only an average of 1.22 were turned on in the classroom. That's just turned on. That's not even in use by students. Um, so just the fact that they were turned on doesn't mean anything. The classrooms, even instructional strategies like cooperative learning, technology use, differentiation, all of the strategies that have been proven by research uh, to be best practices when teaching ELLs were used minimally or not even found to be used in the classroom. As far as the students go, the students were observed not using any type of technology nearly all of the time. And then only a few students working on calculators were observed, which would be the 0.07 in that table. Some other findings that the researchers discussed in the article were, as far as the district and technology were related, they had gone above and beyond making technology available to everyone. They actually averaged above other districts in the area. Obviously, the use of the technology is an issue. The teachers had been offered and had participated in several professional development opportunities, but the training did not seem to be sufficient for implementation. However, there were no smartboards or LCD devices in the classrooms, and so that may be where the district needs to make some further investment in their technology. The students were generally passive because teachers predominantly lectured and taught using traditional methods, which also goes towards the lack of use of technology, either because they felt more comfortable teaching that way or they didn't feel that they had the time to adequately implement technology in the classroom. The researchers also found that Perhaps they could have looked at this a little differently in that the teachers did not self-report any kind of usage, but this was strictly on observation by the researchers in the classrooms. They feel like this warrants some further study. They're very concerned about the fact that these ELLs are not being trained for future jobs. And here you see my citation. This is a 2012 article found in the International Journal of Instructional Media. Have a great rest of the week.